I got promoted to VP at 29, and my family's reaction was strange. They congratulated me, but something felt off about their celebration. 6 months later, I found out they had a group chat called When Phoenix Falls, and I'm completely shattered by what I discovered. Throwaway because my family knows my main, and I'm about to blow up my entire family dynamic with this post. I'm shaking as I write this because I discovered something 3 days ago that has fundamentally changed how I see everyone I love. My therapist said I should process this somewhere, so here I am, asking internet strangers if I'm justified in feeling completely betrayed, or if I'm overreacting to something that might be normal family behavior. This is going to be long because the context matters. I need you to understand my family dynamic, my career trajectory, and what led to the discovery that's currently destroying me from the inside out. Background: the family dynamic. I'm Phoenix, 29F, and I come from what I always thought was a supportive, loving family. There are 4 siblings total: Sterling, 35M, myself, Jade, 27F, and River, 24M. We grew up solidly middle class, not wealthy but comfortable. Both parents worked regular jobs, we all went to state schools, and we were raised with strong work hard and be humble values. Here's the thing about our family dynamic that matters. Sterling has always been the golden child. The firstborn son, naturally charismatic, good at everything he tried. He was captain of his soccer team, valedictorian, went to college on a partial academic scholarship, graduated with honors, got a good job in finance. He's now a senior analyst at a mid-size investment firm, makes solid money, bought a house at 30, married his college sweetheart Valencia. He's the success story. The one my parents brag about at family gatherings. The benchmark. I was different. I was the weird kid. The one who was too intense, too focused, too ambitious. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up because I was more interested in books and learning than in socializing. I was awkward at family gatherings. I asked too many questions. I corrected people's grammar. I was a lot, as my mom would say, usually with a sigh. My parents loved me, I don't doubt that, but they were always trying to manage my expectations. Not everyone can be exceptional, Phoenix. It's good to have dreams, but be realistic. Maybe focus on being happy instead of being the best. Jade is the artistic free spirit. She's a graphic designer, works freelance, makes decent money, lives in a cool loft downtown with her partner Sage. Everyone thinks she's fascinating and creative. She's the fun aunt. The one with interesting stories. River is the baby, still figuring himself out, bouncing between jobs, trying to find his passion. My parents fully support his journey of self-discovery. And then there's me, Phoenix, the odd one out. The one who didn't quite fit the family mold. My career path. I was obsessed with technology from a young age. Taught myself to code when I was 12. Built my first app at 14. Was the kid who was always on the computer, which my parents found concerning. She needs more balance, they'd say. She should be outside playing, not staring at screens. I went to state school like everyone else. My parents said private school was unnecessarily expensive and elitist, but I thrived there. Double majored in computer science and business. Graduated summa cum laude. Got recruited by a promising startup in Seattle right out of college. My family's reaction to the job offer. That's great, honey. Startups are risky though. Maybe look for something more stable. I took the job anyway. Started as a junior developer. Worked insane hours. Proved myself over and over. Got promoted to senior developer within 18 months. Then to team lead. Then to engineering manager. Each promotion, my family's reaction was some version of, "That's nice. Just don't burn yourself out. Make sure you're not neglecting your personal life. Career isn't everything, you know." Never, "We're so proud of you." Never, "This is amazing." Just caution. Concern. Warnings about burnout and work-life balance. Meanwhile, every time Sterling got a raise or a title change, it was a family celebration. Dinner at a nice restaurant. Congratulatory texts in the family group chat. My dad telling everyone at his golf club about his son's success. I told myself it didn't matter. I told myself I was doing this for me, not for their validation. And I was happy. I loved my job. I was good at it. Really good. The big promotion. 6 months ago, I got promoted to VP of Engineering. At 29 years old. At a company that had just gone through a successful Series C funding round and was on track for either acquisition or IPO. This was huge. This was the kind of promotion people work their entire careers for, and I got it at 29. I was managing a team of 50 engineers. I had a seat at the executive table. I was making decisions that affected the entire company. My salary jumped into the mid-six figures. I was the youngest VP in the company's history. I was over the moon. This was everything I'd worked for. Validation that all those hours, all that sacrifice, all that focus had paid off. I called my parents to tell them. VP of Engineering, my dad repeated.
Wow.
That's quite a title for someone your age. I know. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Just remember that big titles come with big pressures, my mom added. Don't let them take advantage of you. They're not taking advantage. I earned this. Of course you did, honey. We just worry about you taking on too much. I can handle it. Well, congratulations, my dad said, in the same tone he'd used to congratulate me on finishing my vegetables. We're proud of you. It felt hollow. But I pushed that feeling down. The family celebration. 2 weeks after my promotion, my family threw a celebration dinner for me. My parents, all my siblings, their partners, my grandparents. We went to a nice restaurant. Not super fancy, but nice. Everyone congratulated me. Said the right things. So proud of you. That's amazing. VP at 29, wow. But something fell off. I couldn't put my finger on it. The energy was weird. People were smiling, but there was something behind the smiles. Something I couldn't identify. Sterling made a toast. To my little sister Phoenix, who's always been intense and driven and kind of scary smart. Here's to your big promotion. We hope you enjoy it while it lasts. While it lasts. Everyone laughed like it was a joke. I laughed too. But it stuck with me. While it lasts. What did that mean? You know how startups are, Sterling clarified, seeing my face. Volatile. Here today, gone tomorrow. I'm just saying enjoy the ride. The company's doing really well, actually. I'm sure it is. I'm just saying in finance, we see startups crash all the time. Don't get too comfortable. My mom jumped in. Sterling's just being protective. He doesn't want you to get hurt if things don't work out. Things are working out. For now, Jade added. But you know how these tech companies are. Layoffs, restructuring. It's unpredictable. I'm literally the VP. I'm the one making decisions about. Let's just enjoy dinner, my dad interrupted. Phoenix, tell us what your new responsibilities are. I did. I talked about my team, my projects, my vision for the engineering department. They listened politely, asked surface-level questions. But I could feel them waiting for something, like they were humoring me. At the end of dinner, my grandmother pulled me aside. I'm glad you're doing well, dear. Just remember that pride comes before a fall. Stay humble. Pride comes before a fall. At my own celebration dinner, the following months, over the next 6 months, I threw myself into the job. I was proving myself every day, launching successful products, improving team efficiency, attracting top talent to the company. We were killing it. The company's valuation was increasing. We were getting attention from major players in the industry. I'd share updates in the family group chat sometimes. Just launched our new feature. Already got 50K users in the first day. My team won an Industry Innovation Award. Company just got profiled in TechCrunch. The responses were always lukewarm. That's nice. Cool smiling face with smiling eyes. Congratulations. One word. An emoji. Nothing substantial. Meanwhile, Sterling posted about getting a 5% raise, and the family group chat exploded. Amazing. So proud. This calls for champagne. Our golden boy. I told myself I didn't care. I told myself I was secure enough in my achievements that I didn't need their validation. But it hurt. Of course it hurt. The incidents. There were small things over those 6 months that bothered me, but that I dismissed. When I bought myself a new car, nothing crazy, a Tesla Model 3, which I could easily afford with my new salary, my mom said, "That seems like a big purchase. Are you sure you should be spending money like that? What if something happens with your job?" When I mentioned I was looking at condos to buy, my dad said, "Maybe wait a year or two. See if this VP thing sticks first." When I got invited to speak at a tech conference, Jade said, "Careful. Don't want to jinx it by getting too public too fast." When I posted a photo from a work event on Instagram, River commented, "Living that VP life while you can. While you can. While it lasts. Don't jinx it. If something happens with your job." It was a constant drumbeat of doubt and caution. Never celebration. Never pride. Just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Thanksgiving 3 weeks ago. Thanksgiving was at my parents' house. The whole family was there. After dinner, I was helping clean up in the kitchen with my mom and Jade when my mom's phone buzzed on the counter. I glanced at it reflexively, not snooping, just a glance, and saw the notification. It was from a group chat. The preview said, "Sterling, just saying, the tech sector is looking shaky. Layoffs everywhere. Could be soon." The group chat name? When Phoenix Falls. I froze. Read it again. When Phoenix Falls. "Mom, what is that?" I asked, pointing at her phone. She grabbed it quickly, face flushing. "What's what?" "That group chat. When Phoenix Falls. What is that?" "Oh, that's nothing. Just a silly name." "A silly name for what?" "Phoenix, it's really nothing."
Mom.
"What is that group chat?" Jade had gone quiet, looking anywhere but at me. "It's just your father and siblings and I have a group chat where we talk sometimes. About family stuff. And you named it When Phoenix Falls?" "It's just a joke, honey." "What's the joke? Why is it funny?" "It's not. We didn't mean anything by it." "Let me see it." "Absolutely not. That's private. You have a group chat about me, named When Phoenix Falls, and I'm not allowed to see it?" "It's not about you, it's about family stuff. And you're being paranoid." "Then show me."
No.
"I'm not showing you private conversations." I left the kitchen. Found Sterling in the living room. "Do you have something to tell me about a group chat called When Phoenix Falls?" He had the decency to look guilty. "Phoenix, it's really not what you think." "What do I think it is?" "It's just a place where the family talks about concerns." "Concerns about me?" "Concerns about your situation. Your job. We care about you." "You named it When Phoenix Falls." "That sounds less like caring and more like waiting for me to fail." "That's not. Look, we just know that your industry is volatile. That the kind of success you're having isn't always sustainable. We want a place to talk about how to support you when things inevitably change."
When.
Not if. When. Statistics show that most startups fail. Most executives burn out. We're being realistic. You're betting on my failure. You made a group chat to discuss my failure. And you named it When Phoenix Falls. We're not betting on anything. We're being prepared. Prepared for what?
He sighed.
For when you come back down to earth. For when this all comes crashing down. Because it will, Phoenix. It always does with people who rise too fast. I stared at him. "You actually believe I'm going to fail?" "I believe you're going to face setbacks. Everyone does. And when you do, we want to be ready to help you." By discussing it in a secret group chat? Behind my back. For 6 months. We didn't want to burst your bubble while things were going well.
"Get out," I said.
Get out of my sight. The confrontation. I confronted my parents and other siblings. Made them show me the group chat. At first they refused. Then, when I threatened to leave and never come back, my dad finally showed me his phone. The group chat went back 6 months. It started the day after my promotion was announced. Here are some selected messages, paraphrased because I was reading fast while shaking with rage. Day 1. Dad, so Phoenix got VP. Thoughts. Sterling. Good for her, but way too young. She's going to struggle. Mom. I'm worried she's in over her head. Jade. How long do we give her before the burnout? River. I give it 6 months max. Week 3. Mom. Phoenix seems stressed. Should we say something? Sterling. Let her figure it out. She needs to learn the hard way. Dad. Agreed. She never listens to advice anyway. Month 2, Jade. Did you see Phoenix's Instagram story about the award? She's getting cocky. Sterling. Pride comes before fall. She's setting herself up. Mom. I hope she doesn't get hurt when reality hits. Month 3, River. Phoenix bought a Tesla. That's stupid. She should be saving for when she loses this job. Dad. I told her it was too much. She didn't listen. Sterling. When she's out of money in a year, don't say we didn't warn her. Month 4, Mom. Phoenix posted about being invited to speak at a conference. Should we be concerned about her ego? Sterling. Absolutely. She's believing her own hype. This is going to hurt more when it ends. Jade. Maybe someone should talk to her about staying humble? Dad. She won't listen. She never does. Month 5, Sterling. Tech sector's looking rough. Layoffs at several major companies. Phoenix's company could be next. Mom. Should we warn her to start looking for backup plans? Dad. She'll just get defensive. Let's wait and see. River. I'm actually curious how she'll handle failure. She's never really failed before. Month 6, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. Sterling. Company stock is fluctuating.
Could be trouble.
Jade. When this falls apart, we need to be prepared to support her without saying, I told you so. Mom. Agreed. She's going to be devastated. Her whole identity is wrapped up in this. Dad. She'll probably have a breakdown. It's going to be rough. Sterling. Maybe this will teach her some humility. And then the most recent message from Thanksgiving, Sterling. Just saying, the tech sector is looking shaky. Layoffs everywhere. Could be soon. I read hundreds of messages. 6 months of my family. Predicting my failure, discussing my impending downfall, planning how to handle me when I failed, criticizing my confidence, as arrogance, mocking my success, as temporary, betting on when I'd burn out, waiting for me to fall. Not one message that said I'm proud of her. Not one message that said she's doing amazing. Not one message of genuine support or celebration. Just 6 months of waiting for me to fail. I lost it. Completely lost it. You've been waiting for me to fail, I said to all of them, my voice shaking. For 6 months, you've had a group chat dedicated to discussing when, not if, but when, I fail. Phoenix, you're taking this out of context. My mom started. Out of context? You literally named it When Phoenix Falls. How is that out of context? We were concerned. Concerned people don't plan for their daughter's failure. Concerned people don't bet on when she'll crash. Concerned people don't mock her success behind her back. We weren't mocking you. Maybe this will teach her some humility? That was Sterling's exact message. You want me to fail because you think I need to be taught a lesson. Sterling tried to defend himself. That's not what I meant. I just meant that everyone faces setbacks and they're humbling. You've been waiting for my setback. You've been anticipating it. You've been planning for it. For 6 months. We were being realistic. No, you were being unsupportive and cruel. Do you know what it's like to work your ass off, to achieve something incredible, and have your own family secretly hoping you'll fail? We don't hope you'll fail, my mom cried. We just knew that statistics. FUCK your statistics. I'm your daughter. I achieved something amazing. And instead of being proud, instead of being happy for me, you made a group chat to discuss my inevitable failure. Language, Phoenix. Don't you dare tone police me right now. You've spent 6 months talking shit about me behind my back and you're worried about my language? Jade spoke up quietly. Phoenix, I think you're hurt and I get that, but you're blowing this out of proportion. Out of proportion? You thought I'd have a breakdown when I failed. You discussed how to handle me. You called me cocky and arrogant and said I needed to be taught humility. We were worried about your mental health. No, you were hoping I'd fail so you could feel superior. So you could say, I told you so. So you could bring me back down to where you think I belong. That's not fair. What's not fair is my family rooting against me. What's not fair is working harder than any of you have ever worked and being treated like I'm delusional for being confident. What's not fair is being the weird kid, the odd one out, the one who's too intense, and then finally succeeding and having my own family wait for me to crash. My dad stood up. Phoenix, you need to calm down. I will not calm down. Do you have a group chat called When Sterling Falls? Do you sit around discussing when the golden child is going to fail? Silence. That's what I thought. Because you actually believe in him. You actually think he deserves his success.
But me?
I'm just the weird daughter who got lucky, and you're all waiting for reality to put me in my place. You're twisting this. I'm not twisting anything. I read the messages. Hundreds of them. 6 months of you people who are supposed to love me actively rooting for my failure. I grab my coat. I'm done. I'm done with all of you. Phoenix, don't leave like this. Why not? So you can have more to talk about in your group chat? Phoenix had a meltdown at Thanksgiving. We knew she was unstable. The fall is starting. I left, drove home in tears, blocked the family group chat, didn't answer any calls. The aftermath, 3 weeks later. I've received dozens of messages from various family members. Here's a summary. Mom, you completely overreacted. We were trying to be supportive in our own way. You embarrassed us in front of Grandma and Grandpa. You owe everyone an apology. Dad, what you saw was taken out of context. We were having private conversations about our concerns, which is normal for families. Your reaction was disproportionate and hurtful. Sterling, I get that you're upset, but you really misunderstood the tone of those messages. We were joking around half the time. You need to develop thicker skin. Jade, I think you're being really unfair. So, we had some doubts? That's natural. We're not perfect, but you're acting like we committed some unforgivable sin. River, dude, you're being dramatic. Every family talks about each other. We weren't being malicious. Chill out. I also got messages from extended family who'd heard Phoenix had a breakdown at Thanksgiving over nothing. My grandmother called to tell me I was ungrateful and disrespectful, and that I needed to apologize to my parents. My uncle said I was too sensitive and looking for things to be offended by. Several family friends reached out saying they heard I was going through something and offering unsolicited advice about managing stress and not letting success go to my head. The family narrative is, Phoenix overreacted to a harmless private conversation and ruined Thanksgiving because she can't handle any criticism. My current state. I haven't spoken to any of them in 3 weeks. I've blocked most of them on social media. I've declined all invitations to family events. My company is doing great. We just closed another funding round. I got excellent reviews from the board. My team is thriving. Personally and professionally, I'm succeeding. But I'm also shattered. Because my family, the people who are supposed to love me unconditionally, spent 6 months waiting for me to fail. Hoping for it. Planning for it. Discussing it like it was inevitable. And when I called them out, they made me the villain. I'm the one who overreacted. I'm the one who ruined Thanksgiving. I'm the one who needs to apologize. My questions. Am I the asshole for confronting them? Should I have just pretended I never saw the group chat? Am I overreacting to what they claim were private conversations and concerns? Is this normal family behavior? Do all families have secret group chats where they discuss each other's potential failures? Was the group chat as bad as I think it is? Or am I being too sensitive? Should I apologize for ruining Thanksgiving and try to repair these relationships? Or am I justified in feeling completely betrayed and wanting to cut contact? My therapist says what they did was deeply unsupportive and emotionally invalidating, and that I'm not overreacting. But my therapist doesn't have to navigate family holidays and relationships. My work friends are horrified on my behalf and think I should cut them off entirely. But they don't understand family dynamics. My partner, who I've been seeing for a year, thinks my family is toxic and says I should go no contact. But it's easy to say that when they're not your family. I'm torn between wanting them to understand how much they hurt me and wanting to just never speak to them again. Between thinking I overreacted and knowing that what I saw was genuinely awful. So, I'm asking internet strangers. AITA? Am I wrong for being devastated by this? Wrong for confronting them? Wrong for refusing to apologize? Or am I right to feel betrayed, hurt, and angry that my family spent 6 months actively rooting for my failure?